All right. This right here is something that I've been looking to get into for a little bit, and it's an RC car. This one's a little different than most because some of the higher end ones, you get to buy things separately. This one's pretty good because it's 4-wheel drive, speeds of 30 miles an hour, and it comes with everything you're gonna need. So battery, charger, remote, and then the actual chassis itself. That's pretty much the reason I went with this one. It's a little cheaper than piecing out everything and getting a bigger one. And to top it off, you never really know if you're gonna get into a new hobby, so it's always better, in my opinion, to start on the lower end, and that's why I went with this one. So let's open it up and see the actual insides. It has that same new tire smell that bikes come with. I actually started going through the manual a little bit, and I gotta say that I'm kind of blown away by these diagrams right here, especially these exploded views. This is the type of stuff that I would see on old airplane schematics, like for a Cessna 152 or something that you might not be able to readily get. And you have to like, this is the same type of things you would see on a illustrated parts catalog, I believe they're called. And this is really cool because if something breaks, you can literally refer to this right here, find the actual name for it. It's got a part number and everything. I'm actually really digging this. Grab it right under here. Press these 2 buttons underneath and pop. Oh, hey, there you go. And the front should have very similar buttons. For those curious, it was a 3500 milliamp 2-cell, and it was extremely difficult to take out of the box. Honestly, taking a look at this while the battery charges kind of gives me a little insight into how hard it would be to take anything apart, and the way I see it is not very. The exploded diagram is very, very descriptive, and it tells you how to do things. But what I like the most is that a lot of these things are just regular tools that you might have lying around the house. Like that Cobalt tool set right down there has everything that I would need to take this apart and put it back together. And the reason why I say I like this is because there are certain companies that they actually don't want you to work on your own stuff. So they make proprietary screws or nuts or bolts, so only they have access to the tools, and it doesn't seem to be the case with this, and I very much like that. I also kind of like this little section here, so it'll store your battery while it's running, so you don't have to worry about the battery flopping around. It's something that wasn't included with the airplane. I guess you're just supposed to because it's so tight in there, it's not going to go anywhere, but you know, with a car like this, it's going to bounce around, it's going to go off a jump, it's going to hit a wall, the battery can go anywhere, and this right here just keeps it nice and secured whenever you're on the move, which is always a benefit. And for those wondering if I'm going to start buying more cars and doing all types of nonsense and just having fun with this, the answer is probably not. I just always kind of wanted one because they seem fun, they seem fast, and we're just going to see where it goes with this one. We'll see how we like it, and if we do end up having a lot of fun with it, maybe we'll buy another one. Probably of the same model. I mean, after all, this is pretty cool. I mean, the suspension itself, just looking at it too, the way it's set up, the way everything works, it's cool. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm probably gonna have a lot of fun with this in the morning. But like I said, we have to wait for the battery to charge. We also got the remote control out of the box too, and it's pretty standard, nothing crazy. You just accelerate and steer. But when you wait for the batteries, we play the waiting game. In the meantime, check out this Gigi I made. I like it. And just as I was talking about how it just needed basic tools to replace things, started going through the bag that it came with, and look what I found. The most basic of basic tools. Honestly, it's not needed, but it's so cool that it included with it. I'm very happy to see stuff like this. Alright, now this thing is fully charged up and we can plug in the battery. As the instructions mentioned, turned this one on first. So I do have this old wrist strap for a GoPro that never got used for anything. I'm kind of hoping that because of where it goes, I can just take some GoPro footage of this. And we can kind of see it down this way where I think it'll make for some cool shots. But I guess we're going to have to go out there and see. Alright. Okay, so we're back with the Mini Maxx. I will say cleaning it took a lot of work. I had to really get in there to get a lot of the dirt off, but you'll see that I still didn't get most of the dirt off. But that's where we're at. Honestly, this whole thing was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed my time with it. It was so easy to use, so easy to control. The accelerator just went when it was supposed to. The only issues that I had is sometimes that it would flip over, and then you're kind of stuck. But that's like with any RC car, you know, you're always going to have that moment where you're where you're going to have some hiccups. Honestly, this was way easier than the actual plane, because once the plane flies, you have time, and then it crashes, and then bam, that's it. Fun's over because the plane broke. This flipped over a half dozen times, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the most we got is a couple scratches here and there. It's going to be on the paint, but these things are pretty durable. They're meant to be thrown around, launched, do flips and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's so durable. It's nice to know that the tires themselves are, in fact, tubeless. So pretty much what it means is I don't have to worry about putting air in them. The suspension is still holding up great. I'm having no issues. I'm hearing a lot of dirt because I didn't clean it all out. If I had a compressor, I would have blown out most of the dirt, but I can't. I'm fairly certain that I'm going to be cleaning dirt off of this thing for the entire time that I have it. I'm pretty sure that just comes with the territory. You buy something to go in the dirt, you're going to have dirt. It's just the way it is. So overall, I'm happy with what I got. It's fun. It's easy to use. Pretty much any beginner can use this, and that's exactly what I was. I was a beginner using this for the first time. I've never owned an RC car that went this fast before, but it handled really well. It bumps and whatnot could make it flip over on the streets themselves and the pavement. Didn't have any issues. I will say this though, that for the price and everything you get, I think this is a good deal. It's not everybody's cup of tea because there are cheaper RC cars at places like Walmart and whatnot, but I do like buying quality products even when they're a little more expensive, and that's what I think this is. I think this is a quality product. And to wrap things up, I'd just like to say thank you all for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. And I'll probably use this some more, but I don't know when. I dropped the camera. Dude, perfect seat. Let's go. That would need some Velcro.